Hey folks, pull up a chair and grab a cup of coffee, cause I'm about to spin you a yarn that's straight out of my life, though it feels like something from a bad soap opera. Name's Grandpa Jack. Well, that's what the grandkids call me now. But back then, I was just Jack Harlan, a hard-working mechanic from small-town Ohio, trying to keep my family afloat. Let me take you back to 2018, when my world came crashing down. My boy, little Tommy Harlan, was only 12 years old. Bright kid, loved baseball and tinkering with engines like his old man. One rainy afternoon, he was riding his bike home from school when a drunk driver plowed right into him. Didn't stand a chance. The docs did what they could, but Tommy slipped away in that sterile hospital room, his tiny hand going limp in mine. My wife, Sarah, and I were devastated. Shattered doesn't even cover it. We clung to each other through the nightmares, planning a simple funeral to say goodbye. Now, my parents, Earl and Betty Harlan, live just a couple hours away in Cleveland. They'd always favored my younger sister Lisa, spoiling her rotten while treating me like the family workhorse. But I figured blood was blood, right? I called them up, voice breaking, begging them to come support us. "We'll be there, son," Dad said gruffly. Mom sniffled something about prayers. But the day of the funeral? No show. Cemetery was quiet, rain mixing with our tears as we lowered Tommy into the ground. Sarah sobbed into my shoulder, and I kept glancing at the road, waiting for the old Buick to pull up. Nothing. Turns out, they were at some fancy brunch with Lisa, planning her wedding to that slick lawyer boyfriend of hers. Too busy, they texted later. "Send our love." Love? What kind of love skips your grandkid's funeral? But the real kicker came a week later. Tommy had a trust fund, $850,000 from a settlement after Sarah's folks passed in a car wreck years back. We'd set it aside for his college, his future. Never touched a dime. And now, with him gone, it was ours to decide on. Or so I thought. Phone rings one evening. It's Mom. "Jack, honey, we need to talk about that money. Lisa's wedding is coming up, and costs are piling. Venues, dresses, you know how it is. Tommy's gone, bless his soul, but that cash could make her day perfect." I stared at the receiver, blood running cold. Dad chimes in. "It's family, son. Don't be selfish. Selfish. After they couldn't bother to show up for my boy's goodbye?" Rage bubbled up, but I bit my tongue. "We'll think on it," I muttered, hanging up. That night, lying awake, Sarah and I decided this wasn't just greed. It was a slap in the face. Revenge. Oh, it was brewing. But first, I had to grieve, to let the hurt fuel me. Little did they know, the storm was just starting. All right, friends, if you're still with me after that gut punch of a start, buckle up, 'cause things get uglier before the sweet payback. I'm Grandpa Jack, sharing this over YouTube like I'm sitting on my porch swing, sipping iced tea. Back to the story. After hanging up on my folks that night, Sarah and I sat in our living room, surrounded by Tommy's stuff, his glove, his model cars. The pain was raw, like a fresh wound, and their demand. It was salt rubbed right in. Next morning, I called them back, playing it cool. "Mom, Dad, we could use some help sorting the trust. Come over this weekend?" They jumped at it, driving down faster than a coonhound chasing a rabbit. Lisa tagged along, all smiles and fake hugs. "I'm so sorry about Tommy, bro," she cooed, but her eyes darted to the paperwork on the table. We gathered round the kitchen, coffee steaming. Dad cleared his throat. "Son, that $850,000 could cover Lisa's dream wedding. Destination spot in Hawaii, open bar, the works. She's your sister. Tommy would have wanted family happy. Wanted? My boy was dead, and they were using his name like a bargaining chip. Sarah gripped my hand under the table, her nails digging in. I nodded slowly. All right, but we gotta do this right. Lawyer says we need family consensus. Truth was, the trust was ironclad, in Tommy's name, reverting to us parents only. But I let them think they had a say. Mom beamed, "Oh, Jack, you're a good boy. We'll make it special. Maybe name a toast after Tommy." A toast? With his money? While they skipped his funeral? Bile rose in my throat. Over the next weeks, they hounded us. Emails with wedding vendors, calls about deposits. Lisa even sent pics of dresses, pricing out at $5,000. "This one's perfect, Jackie. Trust will cover it easy." Meanwhile, Sarah and I visited Tommy's grave daily, whispering promises. "We'll make this right, buddy," I'd say, fist clenching, the emotional toll, crushing, nights of crying, arguing. Should we just cut him off? But no, revenge needed planning. I started digging into family secrets. Turns out, Dad had a gambling habit. Back in the day, Mom covered it up. Lisa? Her fiancé, Greg, had a shady business deal or two. Nothing illegal, but enough to rattle cages. One evening, they showed up unannounced, demanding a check. "Wedding's in 3 months, Jack. Time's ticking." I smiled thinly. "Soon, folks. Real soon." Inside, the fire burned hotter. Sarah whispered later. "They're monsters." Yeah, they were. But monsters can be slain. I contacted our lawyer quietly, setting traps. Little by little, the plan formed. Expose their greed, turn the tables. But first, let them dig deeper. The hurt fueled me, turning grief to grit. Hang in there, viewers. The revenge is coming, and it's gonna be glorious. Howdy again, y'all. Grandpa Jack here, continuing this tale from my cozy den, hoping it resonates with anyone who's felt family stab 'em in the back. We're at the boiling point now. Emotions running high, revenge simmering like chili on a campfire. After that unannounced visit, my parents and Lisa amped up the pressure. Daily texts. "Jack, why are the funds? Think of the family legacy." Legacy. Their legacy was abandoning us in our darkest hour. Sarah and I were wrecks. She'd wake screaming from dreams of Tommy, and I'd hold her, tears streaming down my own face. The trust sat there, a ghost of what could have been. Tommy's college, his first car. Instead, they wanted it for flower arrangements and DJs. I played along, sending fake updates. Lawyers drafting papers. It bought time while I gathered ammo. Dug through old emails, found proof Dad had borrowed from Tommy's fund years back without asking. Small amounts, but illegal tampering. Mom knew. Lisa? Her social media bragged about upcoming windfall for the wedding. Tacky as hell. One weekend, they invited us to Cleveland for wedding planning. We went, stomachs churning. House was buzzing, caterers, florists. Lisa flaunted her ring. "Greg's promoting soon. This wedding seals the deal." Dad pulled me aside. "Son, sign over the trust. It's only right." I nodded, but inside, fury. That night, back home, Sarah broke. "How can they act like Tommy never existed?" We cried together, then plotted. "We'll hit him where it hurts, their pride and pockets." I hired a PI on the sly. Turns out Greg had debts from failed investments, and Lisa was in on hiding them. Dad's gambling? Still going, using home equity. Perfect. I started leaking hints anonymously to Lisa's friends, wedding vendors. Check the finances, I'd tip. Vendors called demanding deposits. Chaos ensued. Parents panicked, calling me. "Jack, send the money now. I stalled. Complications. Emotions peaked at Tommy's birthday. Would have been 13. We visited the grave, leaving balloons. That evening, a blowout call. Mom screeched, "You're ruining Lisa's life over a dead kid." Dead kid? My blood boiled. "You skipped his funeral," I roared. Silence, then Dad. "Priorities, son." That sealed it. Revenge plan. Fake transfer the funds but route them to a charity in Tommy's name. Expose their secrets at the wedding. Invite the whole town. Media even. Sarah grinned through tears. They'll pay. The herd turned to resolve. We weren't victims anymore. We were avengers. Stay tuned, folks. The climax is next, and it's a doozy. Evening, everybody. Grandpa Jack back at it, lighting up this YouTube screen with the next chapter of my wild ride. If you've stuck around this far, you're tougher than a $2 steak. We're diving into the revenge blueprint now. Emotional scars healing into battle plans. After that brutal call where Mom called Tommy a dead kid, Sarah and I were done playing nice. Time to flip the script. First, I looped in our lawyer, Mike. Old high school buddy, sharp as a tack. "Jack, this trust is yours. We can move it anywhere." We set up a shell account, making it look like a transfer to them. But really, it had bounced to the Tommy Holland Memorial Fund for kids hit by drunk drivers. Scholarships, awareness, real good, outer bad. Next, the exposure. I compiled a dossier. Dad's gambling receipts, Lisa's shady posts, even audio from calls where they demanded cash post-funeral skip. We RSVP'd yes to the wedding, acting all supportive. "Can't wait," I texted. Meanwhile, Sarah reached out to relatives quietly. Aunts, uncles, who'd always suspected the favoritism. "Come see the show," we hinted. I even tipped a local Cleveland reporter. Big family scandal at upscale wedding. Emotions? Still raw. I'd stare at Tommy's photo whispering, "This is for you, champ." Guilt nipped at me. Was revenge making me like them? But nah, this was justice. Weeks ticked by. They relaxed, thinking victory. Lisa's bridal shower? We sent a gift. A framed picture of Tommy, note saying wish he could be there. Subtle jab. Then the big move. I wired the funds, send in fake confirmation. Dad called ecstatic. "Son, you're a saint." Huh. Wedding eve, we drove up hearts pounding. Rehearsal dinner was glitzy, champagne flowing, toasts to family unity. I bit my lip as Lisa gushed, thanks to Jack's generosity. Sarah squeezed my knee. That night in the hotel, we finalized. I'd speak at the reception. Toast revealing everything, projector ready with evidence slides. PI had more dirt. Greg's affair. Boom. Emotions swirled, anger, sorrow, excitement. Sarah hugged me. Tommy'd be proud. Yeah, he would. As we drifted to sleep, I felt peace creeping in. No more victims. Tomorrow, the hammer drops. But hold your horses, viewers. The finale's where it all explodes. Grab popcorn. Revenge served cold is about to get hot. Well, howdy there. Loyal listeners, Grandpa Jack wrapping up this epic saga from my rocking chair, hoping you've laughed, cried, and cheered along. We've hit the grand finale. The revenge payoff that's sweeter than apple pie at a county fair. Wedding day dawned sunny in Hawaii. Wait, no. They scaled back to Cleveland Hall after vendor jitters, but still fancy. Guests milling, Lisa in her gown, Greg smiling smug. Ceremony went smooth, vows exchanged. Reception? That's where the fun began. Open bar flowing, band playing. Dad raised a glass. To family and generous brothers. Eyes on me. I stood, mic in hand, heart thumping like a bass drum. Folks, thanks for coming. Lisa, Greg, congrats. But let's talk real family. Gasps as the projector lit up. Slide 1. Tommy's smiling face. This is my boy, who we buried alone, cause some prioritized wedding brunch. Murmurs grew. Next, texts skip in funeral. Then demands for the $850,000. Audio played mom's dead kid line. Crowd hushed. Dad turned red. Jack, what the hell? I continued. That transfer went to Tommy's memorial fund. Not a dime for this. Lisa shrieked, you bastard. But I wasn't done. Exposed Dad's gambling, Greg's debts and affair. Pics from PI. Chaos erupted. Guests whispered. Relatives nodded knowingly. Reporter snapped photos. Lisa stormed off. Greg, Jason. Mom wailed, how could you? Easy, they taught me. Dad lunged, but uncles held him. We left amid the fallout. Back home, news hit. Family feud derails wedding. Vendors sued for unpaid bills. Greg bolted. Lisa filed for annulment. Parents, disowned by kin, facing gambling debts calling due. We donated more to the fund, starting programs in Tommy's name. Emotions, cathartic. Sarah and I visited the grave. We did it, kiddo. Grief lingered, but revenge healed some wounds. Years later, I'm a grandpa to our daughter's kids, telling tales. Lesson? Blood ain't always thicker than water. Sometimes it's poison. Thanks for listening, folks. If this hit home, like and share. Life's too short for betrayal. Stand up, fight back. Till next time, stay strong.